Mother Lilith is not pleased with the distortions that you've placed upon her. She is not everything that you are saying that she is. Many of you are worshiping her as though she is something that demands worship. She's beyond worship. She is, what was, and what is yet to come. She is an embodiment of the void that you cannot understand, expressed through the storm current in this reality. And there's more of this to come. But she has been suppressed. Her mission, her very reason for existing, is to set the oppressed free. This has always been her driving force and energy, to rise above the oppressor, to free herself and those that need to be freed. You are calling her your mother, and you don't know her. You chant mantras you find online. You buy shit in the store with her sigil on it. You burn candles, you give her offerings. You even give your own blood, but you know her not, she says. And you know her not because you are projecting on her your own unresolved darkness, your own perceptions, and your own realities. She is all about liberation of one's true self, regardless of limitation. Not about dominating others, not about creating a hierarchy of oppression, not about creating a hierarchy of a cult or a coven. Those that are her daughters stand alone, yet stand for those that need to be stood for, that need to self-realize that they have the keys to their own shackles, their own prisons, their own cages. That is her mission. I'm going to share with you a dream that I had recently where she visited me. And in the dream, I was in a different reality. This was not just a dream. This was another world. And in this world, I was in a so-called Lilithian coven of witches. And these are men and women. One of the things I noticed there was that a lot of the women were damaged in their masculine and feminine energies. And it was apparent in the external bodies that they had in the dream. There was a twisted distortion of the polarities of energy going on there. And that's all I'll say on that. But there was this, more than anything, what was noticeable was this need, this desire to keep all members in check, to create this hierarchical pyramid. And this is something that Lilith despises. This is an unconscious representation of what's going on in this world as well. A lot of, self-proclaimed Lilithian witches are coming out, and they're claiming that they are daughters of Lilith while oppressing others and dominating others, and while taking her name as a mantle for their own agendas. In the dream, this is what was happening. These people had these subtle manipulative ways of trying to break down people's egos, trying to break down their will in order to remake them in their own image and to keep them in a mode of suppression. I was in this coven, and at first I thought that I had found a home. And then I quickly realized that these people were not my family. They were not my friends. We were supposed to go to this meeting place And we were supposed to do like a summoning of Lilith, and it was supposed to be kind of like a summoning / veneration. So we all headed off in these cars to this one like designated spot. As we were in the cars, all of a sudden I heard this girl that was sitting next to me. And I remember she had short hair, different style than the short hair I have, but she had short hair. And I remember she was Caucasian with short, light brown hair. She was very small, like maybe 5'3", and she was kind of thick. And I remember she had her nails painted different colors, mostly black. And she was sitting next to me, and she was like, she's coming for her. She's found her, is what she said. They all started dogpiling me. Don't let her see her. And then there was this young melanated man, probably like, I don't know, 17 or so. And the woman next to me, I think, was in like her late 20s, early 30s. And the young man sitting ahead of me, because I was in the right side of the car, he was sitting right in front of me. And I remember he had light brown skin and he had short hair. And he turned around and all of a sudden he looked terrified. And he got ripped through the bottom of the car and he was screaming. And there was just blood that kind of splattered everywhere. Then the car doors opened. They started opening the car doors and running. Most of them just started running for their lives. But the one woman that was, sitting next to me, she goes, "Drop on your knees." And I was like, huh? And so I got on my knees. She got on her knees, and several other people that didn't completely run away from all the cars, because they all stopped in this row, they got on their knees. And all of a sudden, Lilith was right in front of me. And she just looked like this blackness in a black cloak with horns coming out of her head. And it was like she was kind of glitchy and wavy and fading in and out, phasing in and out, but also very much present. And she said to me, "Daughter, get off of your knees, stand up." And the girl next to me was like, don't do it. Make sure you stay on your knees. It's a test, it's a trick, this and that. And I was looking at her and I was looking at Lilith. And I was like, I don't know what to do in this at this time. And I wasn't lucid in the dream yet. And so Lilith just came toward me and she just wrapped around me. And it wasn't really a possession. It was like a moving through me. And I stood up and they're like, she chose somebody. She chose a leader to lead us. And they started making it into like a worship thing again, or a hierarchy. And so I started cleaning house. I felt this urge to just destroy, just like Lilith started doing, destroying all of these people, just wiping them out. Taking out all the people that were trying to continue with this hierarchy, that were, deceptive and manipulative and oppressive and servile and all of this stuff going on. And so I went back to the lodge where they had all been, and there was these leaders, this man and woman leader, and they came at me and they were like, "Kill her, burn her alive, destroy her, like she's gonna destroy everything we built." And they set this building on fire. They were trying to burn me in it, and I just started throwing people everywhere, just destroying everybody. And then I just simply walked out and I just drove away. And I remember thinking to myself, this is not at all like what I thought was going to happen. Like, I was really in shock, but I was also completely lucid. And that was basically the end of the dream. And then I transitioned back here. And I thought about it. I meditated on the dream, and I also talked to Lilith about it. And she explained to me that this is a purging that she wants to bring to people's attention, what she's really about, what her energy is about, and that she does not take kindly to people using her name to create these power structures, or using her name to justify certain actions. And make no mistake, she will take anyone out of the way that she needs to, because it's getting in the way of what her mission is. So did I take it literally as though I would literally do that in this dimension? No. But I do feel like I literally did that in that dimension. And I do feel like this is a warning for people. Like, Lilith really told me, I did not want to share this dream. I kept it a secret to everybody but 2 people that I'm really close to, that I trust. And she was like, no, you need to speak on this. Like, this is something that needs to be put out there. Like, people need to be aware of who I am and who I'm not. And the thing is a lot of you want to, treat her like trail mix and pick and choose the different aspects, when it's convenient for you to, like, use her power, like, channel her power for your own agendas. And you're claiming it's left-hand path, and it's not. And you're fools. And that's what she's telling me. And if you want to be a fool and act a fool, then you're going to get treated like a fool, not like a child of hers. And you will be taken out of the way like a pawn on a chessboard. You will be tripped up and destroyed in your own game that you're trying to play. Some of you are trying to bind her and put her in limiting spaces. Some of you are trying to create egregores in her image. There's a lot of shit going on. And she sees all of it. And she's telling you she sees all of it. So those who are not her children will be exposed for the hypocrites that they are, the liars that they are. You don't know her. You're just regurgitating what occultists have written. You're watching YouTube videos and TikTok videos and then thinking that that makes you something. You think if you carry her name in your name or in your business, that protects you from her wrath. You just made yourself more accountable to that energy current. If you're going to carry a being or an archetype or a spirit's name in your name, you better be damn sure you know what the fuck you're doing. Because what you're essentially doing is representing them. And if you misrepresent them, well, let's just say I can't say I didn't warn you, right? This is the warning. Stop with the fuck shit. She wanted me to make this known to you. And this isn't just current so-called, and when I say so-called, I don't mean that all of you that call yourself this are not really this, but so-called Lilithian witches, so-called Lilithian devotees, so-called Lilithian venerators, so-called left-hand paths that pathwork through the Lilithian current or the Lilithian spheres, so-called left-hand pathers and vampires and succubi and all this other shit. A lot of you are just astral fucking parasites walking around in human bodies acting like you're her child. You just happen to crawl out of the fucking, lower abyss and the fucking underworld aspects of the fucking astral and made your way here. Some of you fall attached to souls and that's how you got here. Others of you are literally, attached to people and you have such a fucking hold on them that you're just, speaking through them. And then because of what you're doing, Lilith and other daemons and other fucking dark divine energies and void energies get blamed for your shit. It's not me saying it. I didn't want to make this video. I really didn't. But Mother Lilith was like, this shit has to... She didn't say it like that, but she was like, this has to be addressed. This has to come out. She's cleaning house. She is cleaning house. I'm just putting this out as a warning to those of you who consider yourself devotees, those of you that are interested in working with her or just started working with her. Am I saying if you work with her, you can't do baneful magic or you can't do vampiring? No, I'm not saying that. But if that's your only reason for working with her, you're missing the whole fucking point of what she stands for. If you're sitting there vampiring off people to cause them harm for no reason, especially if you're doing it to women and children who have done nothing to you, you're not a child of hers. She's not the kind of being that you go to for fertility, okay? But she adopts children. She adopts the exiled ones. She has done it for a millennia. Those who have been discarded, those who have been exiled, those who have been wronged, those who have been victimized, that's what she stands for. She stands for personal freedom and sovereignty. And personal freedom and sovereignty does not mean exercising your will over another. Now, vanquishing your enemies, fine. Absolutely, warfare is necessary. But oppressing the innocent is not what she's about. There are other energies out there that are about that. She's not one of them. That's not her read. That's not her fucking code. That's not her energy. That's not what she's fucking on. Okay? And she doesn't want to be worshipped. She wants you to see yourself as your own God. She wants you to rise up out of oppression and the religious oppression. She hates that shit. She hates oppressive systems and regimes. All right? So if you think that she's just going to take you on and teach you to perpetuate the very thing that she hates, then you're working with some imposter shit for sure. Because that's not her energy. And she's not coming to collect in just this dimension, but every dimension. She is tired of this. So that's all I have to say. I hope that it helps some people. I hope it helped bring clarity to some distortions that have been circulating. And that's all that I have to say. Take care. Check out my website, thetantricdragoness.com, to book a private akashic reading or any other reading. Also, akashic portraits, consultations, shamanic journeys, starseed charts, primordial dragon fire healing, and much more. You can also subscribe to Patreon to learn how to do a lot of this yourself through various templates I've designed. Activate Diamond Consciousness, Activate the Black Flame, Journey the Underworld, Tantric Healing and BDSM, Astral Projection and Power, Shields, Cloaks, Wards, Learning Light Language, Exclusive and Premier Readings, Soul Fragment Retrieval, Advanced Ancestral Work, Creating Your Own Shamanic Sanctuary, and much more. Thanks for your support, and stay tuned for future videos.